Ready when you are.
All right. Good morning. The first thing I want to talk about is the text Dona nobis pacem. Who can tell me what that means? Yes, Mitchell.
Grant us peace.
All right. So we have grant us peace. Now, what I'd like you to do is take away everything that you know about this piece, right? We have Dona nobis. Get rid of that. When you hear the words grant us peace, what do you think the text would, or what do you think the music would sound like? Don't think about it for a little bit. What does the music in your head sound like to grant us peace? Yeah.
I would think that it'd be peaceful and smooth and connected.
Peaceful and smooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I agree that it's smooth, but I think it's also really powerful. Whereas like grant us peace. That's kind of a big request.
Yeah. All right, so it's smooth but powerful. So why do you think that Mozart decided to take the text grant us peace, which has the word peace in it, and made it kind of this almost militant feel? Any ideas on that?
Sounds extra triumphant that way.
Extra triumphant. Where does the Agnus Dei come in the Mass? It's at the very end. And from what we know about this piece, this Mass was probably performed at Easter. So, with all of that known, it makes sense, right, to have a more triumphant feel. What I'm getting, or what I have been getting in our past rehearsals, is more of a weightier feel. And so I want to see if we can lighten that up a little bit. So if everybody can stand on up, what I'd love to do is to start from, actually measure 75, bottom of page 5. And then Dr. Del Cacone, if you could give us all of measure 74. What I'd love to have you do is just go ahead and pretend like you're balancing, let's say, tennis balls for right now. Let's go tennis balls. It's been feeling kind of like watermelon, so let's try and lighten it up a little bit. So. All right, so what do we experience doing that this time?
It's kind of easier to sing.
Easier to sing, all right.
I didn't really feel like we were singing a tennis ball weight. It felt a little heavy. It almost felt like basketballs.
Feels like that a little bit. I noticed that some people it felt like the weight was different depending on where we were. So why don't we go ahead and actually, well, I guess we need to have the piano right there. So turn to sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses. Just turn to each other and make some kind of eye contact. I bet you have the do, na, no, bis, your part. Sorry, I did that incorrectly. Tenors and basses look at the sopranos and altos.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can get that weight to be cohesive throughout. All right, right from the same spot.
Yeah.
Better? It sounded much more cohesive to me. The parts were going at the same time. That was excellent. So from there we go into this really, into a kind of a different feel where it goes do, na, pa, chem. So how are we going to treat that part differently from the do, na, no, o bis that we just had? What do you think? Smoother? All right. So what kind of weight? How will the weight change for that? If it's going from kind of tennis ball-y to smoother, how do we change the weight for that?
Maybe a little more.
A little bit more weight?
A little more weight, not too heavy.
All right. What else? Any other ideas? Yeah.
Even though it's smoother, it's still the classical style, so it shouldn't be totally legato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So a little bit more weight, like our tennis ball, I don't know, turned into a frisbee or something, if that makes sense. So, it went from being bouncy to kind of, and we can send it out that way. And also, if we do more of the mezzo di voce, just not do, na, pa, chem, so we have a little bit more give and take there. Let's go ahead and try that. Let's see, right from the do, na, no, bis, pa. Pick up to 77, how about? Dr. Del Cacone, can you give us those notes? Everybody see where I am?
Yeah.
I'll give you 2, 3, 2. that one page, right? So tell me, just really quickly, kind of popping hands up, what kind of different weight changes do you feel, and on what notes do you feel that on, or what text do you feel that on? Yes, Mitchell.
I feel a definite change between measures 82 and 83, where we have the do na. I feel like that's a lot lighter, like quasi previous section.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
the section right before that is a little smoother.
Okay. Any other ideas? I absolutely agree with that. Yes.
Right between 79 and 80, I feel we have a pretty big tone change, and then it kind of resumes between 82 and 83.
All right.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too. So let's go ahead and try singing. Oh yeah, go ahead, Taylor.
I was just gonna say that I think at 85 it goes back to that feel that it was before, from the beginning.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That more, that bouncier tennis
Yeah.
ball, I feel. So let's go ahead and try singing it all through one more time. And this time make it really, really obvious with your body as well. Go farther than you think you need to in terms of getting those changes. Let's go from 74 again. So Dr. Gilford, if you'll give us that measure.
I think we probably have to stop there. Yes, we're
Okay,
good.
excellent.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, some nice stuff. That was a good question, wasn't it? What do you think, if it wasn't Mozart, what does Granda's piece feel like? And then gave us a chance to think about that. It's kind of a little, side question coming right at the core of things. You did say militant. I'm not sure you're not imposing that necessarily.
Okay.
Is it militant or is it just bouncy and joyful? I mean, maybe it could be, but you're putting that on rather than us putting that on, and maybe that's okay, and that may be your final choice in what you choose. But just be aware that you're
Yeah.
saying that.
I realized I had it in my text
yeah.
as March, and so
There
I
you
think
go.
that
Yeah.
yeah.
I like when she said watermelon. It sounds like watermelons rather than tennis balls. Anytime you do imagery stuff is always great like that. And good to look at each other. You have really good ideas. I think, again, when you get to rehearsal, you go back to default gesture. And so I think when you're going to subdivide it and and kind of a stiff rebound, then that kind of takes away from all the stuff you're saying.
Okay.
So, if you want something to be marked, you don't want it to be, right,
Okay.
you don't want that tightness in there, or that double, you just want to control it, right, and, let it go, let it be free, because then I think what you're saying is going to match what you're doing,
Okay.
and that's going to make it that much more effective.
Okay.
Good. All right, good.
I'll go.
Okay, whatever.